Hello, thank you for joining me. This is Cooking with Cod3Theory. This is a special Father's Day edition. Today I'm going to be roasting a duck. So if you're a vegan, my few vegan friends, please turn this off now. For the rest of you, please move in a little closer. So we have here, I was lucky enough to find a duck for a decent price at the store. Usually it's hard to find a duck for under $20. This time I was able to. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to get yourself a duck, take it out of let it defrost, take it out of the packaging, remove the gizzards and insides, and then pat it down with a paper towel. After that, you'll need to get a pan, preferably a roasting pan. If you don't have one, it's okay. You want to preheat your oven to 350. I have a little bit of melted butter in here. And then I'm also I have some seasoned sweet and regular potatoes that I'm going to be roasting as well. That's optional. The reason why I'm doing it is because as the duck fat, the duck fat's really going to help bring the flavor out in those vegetables and kind of bring the flavor of the duck into the vegetables, which it's just going to taste really good. It'd be like the similar process if you did it when roasting a chicken. And then I have this is almost like a demi-glaze. So this is 1 part balsamic vinegar, 1 part honey, and some lemon juice. Quarter cup of each. And what that's gonna do is it's gonna give it more of like a smoky look to it. Since we can't smoke the duck, we can kind of imitate that a little bit. It's not gonna make the duck sweet or taste any different. We're just gonna use it as more of like a demi-glaze to enhance flavors that are already there. In addition to that, I have 1 sliced lemon and about 4 cloves of garlic. And then you'll also need some butcher twine or some tin foil. I couldn't find butcher twine at the store, so I just took a piece of tin foil and folded it up real good. What we're going to do with that is we're going to wrap the legs together. We'll get to that step in a second. So after you preheat the oven, the first thing you want to do is you want to put this duck on a cutting board. We're going to score the meat, and what that does is it's a process that, again, it's used to enhance the flavor profile of a dish. So I'm going to do that. So what we're going to do is we're going to make cuts in the duck skin, but we're not going to go down into the meat itself. So just into the skin, so about a 1/4 inch down. And you want to have the duck breast side down. So it would look, would be how it should look, the proper way. We could even do it on this side, but you want to have it breast side down. And then you just want to carefully take the knife and not even a 1/4 inch, just cut through, you see that? Through the skin, but not through the meat. You might need a sharp knife for this. Okay? We're going to do this. And then we're going to do it on the other side. About 1 inch. See, I have about 1 inch spaced out from each one. It doesn't have to be exact. Just make sure your cuts are about the same size. And then we're going to cut out on this side as well. And this is called scoring the meat. And again, it's just a technique that's used to enhance the flavor profile of a dish. So, see how I'm not even all the way through, but that's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then the other thing you want to do is kind of separate this fat here, and on this side as well, where the leg meets. We're going to open that up. You see that? Same thing on this side. Again, we're just going to make sure every part of this duck gets some type of flavor and it's not bland in any each part. Alright, next thing we're going to do is we're going to salt it. So I would recommend a coarse salt or a kosher salt for this. Just going to do a nice layer. rub that in. You want to get it inside the scores that we made inside the pockets that we cut by the legs as well. And same thing on the other side, carefully flip it over. And again, salt. So this is more of a complex recipe to do. Hopefully it doesn't deter a lot of you from watching it. Duck's actually considered a delicacy in a lot of places. If you've never tried duck, it's kind of like, I would describe it as like kind of like a mixture between chicken and turkey, except it's pretty much like all dark meat. It's the interesting part. So we have that, and then we're gonna go ahead, I'm gonna carefully take this and bring it over to this pan. My pan I have here, okay? I'm gonna rinse my hands real quick. We're basically gonna stuff the bird with the lemon and garlic. Again, these are just to enhance flavor. You're not gonna eat them with the meal. You're gonna, after the meal, after the duck is done, I'm gonna discard of the lemons and the garlic. But it'll just really increase the flavor profile of the duck. So I'm pretty excited about this. So we're stuffing the duck. We're gonna keep the garlic towards the end, kind of like that. So the lemon's kind of like more inside, and a few of them can stick out. That's totally fine. And then the garlic kind of sticks, it just kind of sits at the end because I'm gonna seal this up. In just a second. So that's where this butcher's twine tin foil comes in. So we're going to pull this in. So that's why you want to make sure you have a completely thawed duck. So pull this in, and then pull the legs up, kind of like so. Push this all together like that. I know it's probably kind of hard to see, and it's not easy to do, don't get me wrong. I'm making it look easy. So, and these legs on this duck are kind of small, so we're probably gonna have to do this. My hands keep slipping. There we go. Alright. Best you can. So just like that, alright? Just like that. And then we're going to take our optional vegetables and we're going to put them in there, just kind of surrounding the duck. Make some more room here so I can get it on both sides. And this is just one potato and one sweet potato, so nothing too fancy. It's okay if some of the drippings get on it, that's actually fine. It's just gonna help. So I'm gonna just spread those around so they're nice and evenly distributed. Okay. So we're ready to put this in. And this is gonna cook for an hour on the bottom rack. And then in an hour, I'm going to add the glaze. And I'm gonna start glazing it every hour until it's done. Alright, so it's been about an hour. So we're going to pull this out. So this is what it's supposed to look like after an hour. Okay, we have our kind of like a demi-glaze almost. So make sure if you had this sit, if you made it before you put the duck in, then make sure you re-stir it up because the honey will sit on the bottom. You want this to be a little thick, and we're just gonna go over it here. Okay, make sure we get in those pockets, those little slices that we made when we scored the meat. Nice mixture, not like you don't want to over glaze it. Remember, this isn't for flavor, it's not to add, but we don't want to soak it in the balsamic. We're just using it as a flavor enhancer, kind of like a demi glaze you would do for a nice like roast or something. So I'm just gonna put this back in, and in 1 more hour I'm gonna flip this over so it's gonna go breast side down, and I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna continue to do that until it's finished. So the next 3 hours I'm gonna do that every single hour, but I'm not gonna showcase that in this video, otherwise it would be 30 minutes long. So I'm just gonna put that back in, close this up, and we'll check that out when it's done. Alright, so this is the final product, my roast duck. You see I have taken what I used to hold the legs together. I've opened that up during the last hour of cooking, and if you did this at home, hopefully yours looks something like this. Frankly, it looks delicious. You can stop. Alright, so here's how it looks plated up. So, nice duck wing with a little excess, mixed veggies. I ended up adding a little bit of asparagus about a half hour before it was done, just to give it a little more color for presentation wise. You can do the same if you want. Like I said, you could also do butternut squash. But yeah, that's about it. Anyway, thank you for joining me. You can definitely check me out. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, SoundCloud, and Mixcloud. That's at Cod3Theory, Cod3Theory. I'll see you next time.